This is Ritesh Srinivasan and welcome to my channel. In this video, let's look at NL Augmenter. So this is a Python package which is for augmenting natural language text. Okay, so this is a collaborative effort, this framework. It's about adding transformations of data sets dealing with natural language. Now these transformations could be randomizing names and numbers. It could be changing the style or syntax. It could be paraphrasing. It could be knowledge based paraphrasing, right? And whatever creative augmentations, where different people can contribute. So that this is this framework. Okay. So I would directly move into their example. There is a Colab notebook. I'm not going to run this because the outputs are already present over here, but I would just show you, what are these augmentations over here. Okay. So if you look at over here, this is all about installing the packages, right? And then they show some existing transformations. Okay. So one transformation is called as Butterfingers perturbation. Okay. So what is this? Okay. So here, if you have a text like this, okay, Jason wants to move back to India by the end of next year. So if you have Butterfingers, probably you are going to do, typing mistakes, right? So you want to generate augmented examples for this text with some kind of spelling mistakes. So that is what you are seeing over here. Jason becomes Jace Ellen, right? By the end of next year becomes OD, right? So here the becomes X. So randomly characters are being replaced over here. Okay. So this is one example of augmentation. Okay. So if you look at another one where they are changing the person named entities. Okay. Person named entities. So persons are being changed. Their names are being changed. So the same text over here becomes Jason becomes Austin. Okay. So if you are looking at creating more text samples for a certain task, so this is one way of creating it, right? Whereby we are replacing the named entities. Okay. You can also replace numerical values, right? For example, Jason's 3 sisters, here it is replaced by 8. 3 is replaced by 8. Okay. So these are some examples of augmentation, right? So you can also define your own simple transformation. Okay. For example, you can create a class like this, okay, which extends a sentence operation. And here it says that, okay, the task is classification. It could be a text to text generation task as well. The language is English. And you have this generate function where you are passing a sentence and you are just transforming it to uppercase over here. So here you have created your my transformation object and you are, passing the text and it converts everything to uppercase. This is not really a transformation, but even with this transformation, if you give this as an example to a trained classifier, okay, right? And let's see what happens. Okay, with just this uppercase text over here. So what they've done is that, they are executing a model over here, right? And the task is text classification. They're evaluating a pre-trained model of Hugging Face for sentiment analysis on the 1% of IMDb dataset. Okay, so when they make the small change over here, the accuracy actually reduces by 6%. That's what they claim over here, right? Even with this small change, your accuracy is kind of going down over here, right? So this is the original dataset is 95.6 with the performance on the transformed dataset. By just converting text to uppercase, your model accuracy comes down. So this kind of shows how you can actually test for robustness of a model by augmentations. Right. So this is defining your own transformation over here. Now you can define whatever transformation you want over here on your text. Okay. So can you now do some kind of a model based transformation? This was just a function, right? So here what they do is that, there is an existing interface for question answer operation, which takes as an input the context, the question and the answer as inputs. So let us use that to augment our training data for question answering. So here you want to augment training data for question answering. So for this, they use this particular model, T5 for conditional generation from pre-trained text. So they use a particular model for generating these text. And here, this is where you have, you are paraphrasing the questions. Okay. So example is this, there is a context. You have Mumbai, Bangalore, New Delhi are among the many famous places in India. There is a question, what are the famous places we should not miss in India? The answers are there. Now you want to get augmentations for your question, right? So here is what it happens, right? When you augment it, you get like recommend some of the best places to visit in India. Okay, instead of what are the famous places. Can you list the best places to visit in India? Okay, can you list the top 10 places to visit in India? So we have actually created new training examples for question answering and question generation. Okay, so for task based thing also you can actually augment text. Okay, so then there are something called concepts of filters as well. Okay, so basically what happens over here is that you can generate sentence, you get list of perturbed sentence, you can also filter some sentences. So for example, here there is a text filter. Okay, so it says that you want to filter text length more than 10 tokens, right? So here is your sentence and it gives a true. Here this is short, which gives a false. Okay, so you can actually now paraphrase text and then you can say that okay, I want the output to be in certain length. Okay, so there is this sentence and target length filter which can be applied over here. So it can actually select sentences which are in a particular range. Okay, greater than it should be greater than 10 and less than 8, right? So this is this thing. Okay, for example, this paraphrasing is not proper. That's what it says over here based on this filter. Okay, so these were like basic filters. Now what about filter which selects question answer pairs and which has a low lexical overlap between the question and content. Okay, so you are now generating question and answers and then you are seeing whether they are lexically more or less the same. If not, you are defining a threshold and you are filtering based on that. Okay, so for example, here you have New York is the most populous city in the United States, which is the most populous city of the United States. So lexically they are very close. So that is why it is true. But New York is the most populous city in the United States. Which city has the largest population in the US? So here if you see, these are very close in terms of lexical meaning, but here it is not very close. So this is false. Okay. In this way you can create multiple filters. Okay. So going back to NL Augmenter, so it's quite versatile, right? So they also, put up a paper on ARXIV. Okay, and the first thing to note is that you have so many authors over here because this was such a huge collaborative effort. So in this paper, they have actually explained how did they go about designing this framework. Okay, so NL Augmenter for task sensitive natural language augmentation. So they explained that part and they explained the process of how they created this framework. Some of the interesting things which I liked over here was this. Okay, so if there is an text like John likes expensive Italian pizzas, okay, you can augment using the as input, give this text as input to the NL Augmenter and you can get these different outputs. Okay, so this variety over here also shows that in English it's a very expressive language and you can convey the same sentence in so many different ways, and humans can easily make out that it is the same sentence told in so many different ways, right? For example, in in using emojis, using for social media languages, right? Like pizzas, hash likes, John pizzas, okay, things like this, right? Or even if there are spelling mistakes, right, grammatical mistakes, we can still make it out. But for a model, it becomes really difficult. That is why when you want to scale models, you want to give as many examples for it to learn from. Okay, so this is nice. Then they talk about how they combined and they did this, what evaluation tools they used it. Okay, and they said that this is going to be a format of a transformation, right? And anybody who wants to write their own transformations should follow a particular format. Okay, you can read into details. I will share this paper as well. So then they talk about what kind of transformations are available, and this is huge, right? So you have close to 117 transformations available, and you have these filters, different kind of filters. Okay, so some of these transformations are like change date format, change person named entities, which we saw in the demo, right? Back translation for named entity recognition, butterfingers perturbation. Okay, lot of transformations are available over here for you to augment your text based on a task. Okay, so this is how they define the criteria and possible tags for general properties of perturbations. For example, over here, augmented set type, is it a transformation or a filter, right? What is the purpose? What will the data be used for? Is it augmenting training data, testing robustness, finding and fixing bias? Okay, what is the task type? Is it like for which NLP task is this kind of perturbation beneficial? Is it quality estimation, question answering, classification, sentiment analysis, text to text generation? For which language? Okay, and on which linguistic level does the perturbation operate? Is it at semantic? Is it lexical? Is it word order, morphological, character? Right? So these are the criteria for general properties of perturbations. Okay. Then they also talk about possible tags for output properties of perturbations. Okay, so how does the output look like? What is the output input ratio? Is it 1:1? Is it more? Like for example, if you give a sentence, do I get 5 sentences as output? Okay, or I just get 1 sentence? Okay, it could be low, high. What is the similarity between the input and output if applicable? Is it visual? Is it meaning? Right? Does it preserve the meaning? If you compare the output with the input, how is the meaning affected by the transformation? Grammatic preservation between the input and output. Readability preservation, naturalness preservations, and there are properties to this. Okay, so for a particular transformation, you can specify the input properties or general properties of how the transformation happens, and then the output, how it does it look like. Okay, and there are some criteria and possible tag for processing properties. What kind of natural language processing is applied to the input? Is it addition, chunking, paraphrasing, parsing, pause tagging? Right? Is the implementation rule or model based? What type of algorithm is used to implement? Is it LSTM, external knowledge, transformers? What is the precision recall? Okay, to what extent does the return and output for any input? Right? Then is a GPU required? What is the computation complexity time? Okay, so these different things are there, and they also done robustness analysis, like how does these transformations improve models robustness, or are they consistently are the transformations consistent? Okay, so you can actually read through this paper. I wouldn't go into the details. To me, NL Augmenter looks like a very comprehensive framework with lot of augmentations for a lot of different tasks. So if you want to do some kind of augmentation of text for NLP, you can look at this particular package. Okay, and if you see over here, multiple contributors are present over here, and if you look at the paper, even they actually explain the organization, the steering committee, who manages who reviews, right, who manages the robustness and evaluation. So this again shows the power of collaboration, right? You have multiple people collaborating on a common goal and a common task, and they have come out with this wonderful package. Okay, it shows the power of open source. So I would encourage you to check out this package for your augmentation tasks, for augmentation of for natural language processing. You can check out this package, and you can see if it works out for you. They provide a variety of transformations. If you are interested, you can also contribute to a transformation to this package. Okay, I hope you find this video on NL Augmenter useful. If you like the video, please like, share, subscribe to the channel. I'll put the link to this package, the GitHub link of this package, the paper, as well as the demo in the description of the video. See you in another video. Happy